with Sarge. This is the Friday Night Prepper pre-party show. I see that I got a couple people already waiting to get in the door. Quick relaxation. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight we are going to be talking all about seeds. This is going to be kind of a shorter live stream. I've only got a couple things to talk to you about. But if you're here for specifically for the seed discussion, that's going to be the first part of this. Second part of this, I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on the channel and some stuff that's going on here. So let's give people just a minute to get in. I'll go through my intros here. This is Prepping with Sarge. So I do all kinds of preparedness videos. So we talk about gardening for food self-sufficiency. Recently, I started talking about sprouting. I do a lot of foraging, wilderness survival videos. We talk about, some urban homesteading kind of things. And sometimes I just take you out into the woods and we talk. I'm a mental health therapist by trade. That is my primary trade. But I have also been doing prepping for over, oh my gosh, well, since Boy Scouts, so since I was very, very young. And had a few good teachers along the way. Some of them have been guests on my show, including my father, who was an 82nd Airborne. So if you want to see the interview with him, hey, Toilet Bowl Food Review, it's good to see you. If you want to see the interview with him, that is, I think it's called Arctic Survival, interview with an 82nd Airborne. And recently, I've had some good trainings with Miss April Punsalam, who does Yola Herbal School. So she's been on a couple times on my channel. And we've had some other great guests from the prepping community, including Titan Preparedness. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Topo Food Review. I didn't know that. Is that the one that's sometimes in your videos with you? So what else? So yeah, so that's what's going on here. If you like what you see after you watch today, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate you so much. We are at a little over 1,600 subscribers at this point, and I'm starting to give some thought to doing some kind of giveaway well, I was going to say 3,000, but you know what? Let's do something at 2,000. Let's do something at 2,000. So if you watched my giveaway that I did at 1,000 subscribers, then you know that I don't give a lot of heads up on that, and I won't do a lot of advertising on it. So I don't want people to subscribe to my channel just for a giveaway. That's not what this is about. This is about, kind of giving back to the people who've been part of the channel, part of the community. And some of you all are here every Friday night for the live stream. You are my ride or die crew. And my hope is that when I do these giveaways is that you all are the ones who get access to it. So I won't say exactly when I'm going to do it, but we're going to aim for sometime around 3,000 subscribers. And when we get closer to that, we'll, kind of hint around in the live streams of what exactly we'll be giving away. So that should do it for the intros. I appreciate everybody who's popping in. I see the numbers going up a little bit, and let's get right into it, I think. So if you've been with my channel for a while, then you know that Pinetree Garden Seeds is the company that I talk about a lot, and this was their 2022 catalog that they sent. I have a loose affiliation agreement with them. Bacon is so good to see you. Cookies were being given away by a trusted but unverified source. Cookies are given away. Let's see. Let me see what I can do for the 2,000. Let me see what I can do. That might be something that I can work out. Of course, when we get to that point, it will have to be the winners will have to be over 18 and U.S. residents, that kind of thing. But Bacon, since you're here, thank you so much. You've always been such a big help with moderating my channel. I really appreciate you. In fact, I wanted to reach out to you. I want to send you a little something. So on Instagram, if you don't mind, because I know you and I communicate over there a little bit on Instagram, if you can give me a way that I can send something out to you, I want to just send you a little something for always helping out with moderating my channel. I really appreciate it. You're here just about every Friday. Actually, I think you've been here every Friday, as far back as I can remember. All right, so I got a little affiliation agreement with Pinetree Garden Seeds, but let me tell you the backstory on this first. So I've been using Pinetree Garden Seeds since 2009. That was when I started sorry, I'm going to put my ring back on. I was washing my hands earlier. That was when I started my garden in Kentucky. I had a little farm out there. That was before I moved to South Carolina, and I was using some other. Okay, sounds awesome. Thank you. I was using some other garden seed companies, and Pinetree Garden Seeds had a particular seed that I wanted to try that nobody else had. At that time, it was called Cash Flow Zucchini. And so I ordered from them, and I ordered Cash Flow Zucchini seeds and a few other things. And that was the best bumper crop of zucchini that I had ever had in my life. And so I was kind of hooked after that. So I've been using Pine Tree Garden Seeds every year since 2009. So what's that? 13 years. And I didn't, I've not been affiliated with them until I think it was last year. Okay. So I have a discount code, and that is in the description. You don't have to write it down right now. You can get it out of the description later on, but it's Sarge10, and that will get you 10% off all of your orders of $20 or more from Pine Tree Garden Seeds. Okay, now you can search them at Pine Tree Garden Seeds, or their website is www.superseeds.com. Again, you don't have to write that down right now. It is in the description. And I have a little unboxing. I have some seeds from them that we're going to unbox today. So we'll get to that in a minute. Homeless in America, thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. I have seen you a lot in Bacon Stream, so I really appreciate you coming over here. And I'm not always there during the live stream because Bacon, you guys didn't know, Bacon streams pretty late at night, but I try to get over there when I can. In fact, he's usually live on Friday nights, so make sure you check him out later on tonight. I guarantee you will have a good time. Guarantee you. Super fun chats. Always has. He's got a ride or die crew too. Always good people in his chat. Always funny topics. You guys need to make sure you check that out. All right, so let's talk a little bit about seeds before I get to the unboxing. So what do I want you to know just for tonight? So if you're brand new to gardening, number one, you're picking a really good time to get into gardening, because we are going to have supply chain disruptions throughout 2022. There is no end in sight right now. Okay, that's the truth. There's no end in sight, and you are going to hit some problems this year. You're going to go to the grocery store, and they're not going to have exactly what you want. Will they have food? Yeah, I really honestly believe that there's always going to be food in our grocery stores, but you might not be able to get what you want. And you might have noticed last year when you went to the Aces Up Silver, thank you so much for popping in. You might have noticed last year that when you went to the grocery store, if it was like what we were seeing around here, the fruit and vegetables just didn't look great. They really didn't. Nothing looked fresh. Now, if you went to the farmer's market, you might have had better luck. But we also noticed there was less people at the farmer's market. Alabama Farm Life, so good to see you. Thank you so much. There was less people at the farmer's market too. I don't know, pandemic, all that stuff. I'm sure social distancing, whatever. But you need to be starting to grow. If you're a prepper, if you're a homesteader, if you're somebody who just wants to make sure you've got good food for your family, if you're just a garden hobbyist, you got to grow garden seeds. You got to grow your garden. And if you grow from seeds, the time to order is now. I don't want you to wait. I want you to sometime this weekend place your order. And the reason for that is gardening is way up. Food self-sufficiency is way up. Everybody's thinking the same thing. Everybody's worried about the supply chain disruptions. Everybody is going to be trying to grow a garden this year. So you need to order your seeds now. Okay. Does that mean that you won't be able to find seeds at your big box stores? No, I think you will be able, but you might not be able to find what you want, right? So if you like to grow, for example, Ancho Poblanos, like old Sarge here, one of my favorite peppers actually, order them now. Because you might not, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you might not be able to get Ancho Poblano seeds. All right. Rudy, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Papa's Barn, thank you for coming in. Hello to Missouri. Appreciate you all. I know everybody's been getting a lot of cold weather right now, and we were lucky. It was 74 degrees today, but we're still getting cold nights. We're not out of the winter here in South Carolina by any means. But right now we're in a period where we're getting pretty warm, nice days. You can get outside, get a little sunshine, walk around, which is great. But then it's pretty cold at nighttime. So you want to get your garden seeds now. And if you are in the South, you can actually start your indoor seeds for stuff like tomatoes and peppers, stuff that takes a little bit longer. Okay, you can start doing that now. If you're in the if you're going to plant direct to the ground, obviously you're going to have to wait till the ground warms up a little bit more. If you're in the north, you might have a little bit more time before you start your indoor garden seeds because you want to kind of time it. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's definitely grow some of that. Trident stacking is good to see you. Um, if you're in the north, you got a little bit more time before you have to start your indoor garden seeds, but and that's only because you don't want to put them in. There's a transitional period where you're going to put them in outside to start getting accustomed to the light. I've got a video about that. I can I'll try to go back in here in a day or two when it lets me edit this video, and I'll put that as an end card. But or you can just go into my gardening section. You'll see I've got all kinds of stuff about starting seeds, getting them acclimated to the outdoors, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, but no more procrastination. If you're going to do it, it's time to start really, really thinking about it. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing here, I want to tell you about. If you're brand new to gardening, and this won't, if those of you who are experienced gardeners, just bear with me, this won't take long. If you're brand new to gardening, a couple things I want you to know. Three main types of seeds. Okay, three main types of seeds. The three main types of seeds are your heirloom seeds, your open pollinated seeds, and your hybrid seeds. Okay, so what are those? Well, most preppers want heirloom seeds. Why do we like heirloom seeds? Well, this is an established variety. This is an established strain of peppers for over 50 years. I forget what the exact timeline is, but it's going to be over 50 years. These genetics have been stabilized. You're pretty much always, when you grow one of these, you're pretty much always going to get the exact or very, very close to the exact same taste, um, size, resistance to diseases, all of that stuff, right? And there's going to be slight variation depending on what climate you're in, but it's going to be pretty consistent genetics. Okay. The other thing about heirloom seeds is at the end of your season, you can save your heirloom seeds. And I showed you, I loaded a video into my community tab about saving pepper seeds, actually, just to give you an example. You can save your heirloom seeds, and the next year they're pretty much going to produce the identical genetics. Okay. Now, if you grew other peppers in the area, no, that's not true because they're going to cross. They cross pollinate, right? So the bee's going to hit your Ancho Poblanos, and maybe it's going to hit your Jalapenos, and now they're both going to be cross pollinated. So you can only, if you want the genetic consistency of Ancho Poblanos or say Brandywine tomatoes or something like that, you can only grow that variety. It is what it is. But as a prepper, you're thinking about, what if I can't get my seeds next year, right? You're always thinking ahead a little bit. You're planning, you're prepping. So if you grow one strain of an heirloom pepper and one strain of an heirloom tomato and, one strain of an heirloom cucumber, for example, you know that you're going to have seeds for next year, guaranteed. And if you don't use them, you save them. They're good for, if you store them right, cool, dark place, they're going to be good for 5 years minimum. The seed viability does start to decline after a few years, but it's still like up to 10 years. I've planted seeds that were over 10 years old, that were stored in good condition, that were still viable. Okay. So it starts to decline, but they still stay good for a very long time. All right. So that's heirloom. What's open pollinated? Open pollinated is similar. Um, Basically, you can think of your open pollinated seeds as similar to heirloom in that it just hasn't really been established for a prolonged period of time, but the genetics are pretty stable. If you save those seeds, you're pretty much going to get the same thing. All right, let me get a drink here. I'm drying out. All right, so what about hybrid? Are hybrid seeds bad? A lot of people in the prepping community don't understand this, and they say, "Well, I only want heirloom seeds." Hybrid seeds are not a bad thing. They're really not. All a hybrid is that you took, say, for example, you took your Ancho Poblano and you crossed it with something else. Let's say lunchbox peppers, right? As an example, and you're experimenting with that. You've taken the best traits of both, right? And it will grow a very, very good crop if it's a good hybrid seed. And it'll also have, hey, Vanessa Kitty, it'll also have some disease resistance. It also will have some pest resistance in a lot of cases. And so hybrid's not bad. The only problem with hybrid seeds is that if you, and people tend to think of hybrid as genetically modified. That's not always the case. It's not always the case. Read your descriptions in your catalogs really carefully. Okay. Hybrid does not necessarily mean genetically modified. Um, the only problem really with a good hybrid seed that you're going to have is that you can't, if you save it, you're not going to get the same consistency the next year, okay? Because the genetics have not been stabilized enough, okay? I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about those three different types of seeds, drop them in the comments. I will do my best to try to clarify it. But that's your Reader's Digest version of that, all right? All right, so Pinetree Garden Seeds sent me a, hey, her healthy home. It's so good to see you. They sent me some seeds. Let's open this up here. Let's take a look what I got. And then after that, I'm going to end with just a little update on what's going on for my channel for the next month. I've got some stuff I need to tell you about with that, but that'll only take a few minutes. This is going to be kind of a short stream tonight. All right. So what are we using to open the package today? We've got K-Bar Dozer. Been using this one for about a year. As you can see, got a little bit of a scuff. I'm not even sure when or how I did that. I was messing around with some bamboo, trying to bushcraft some bamboo stuff recently, and I think that's when that happened. But you know, these black blades, they're really nice when you first get them out of the box. But if you use your knife, it is going to get worn. That just shows that it's loved. It's getting used. I will do a full review on this at some point. This is a very affordable little knife. These K-Bar Dozers. I think you can still get them for under $20, and they do decent for what they are. For a $20 knife, it's not bad. This surprised me. I expected to not like this, but it actually surprised me. So this is and this is a good one that I keep in the truck, whatever, in case anybody ever needs a knife. I can say, here, borrow this. If I don't get it back, I'm out $20, not like one of my $50 knives. All right, so let's go ahead and open this package now. So while I'm doing this, while I'm opening this up, I'd like to hear in chat what you all are growing this year. And please make sure that it's stuff that's legal to grow in your area. And do any of you do like indoor growing? I'm curious. Vanessa Kitty, what kind of knife you got? I see your comment there. What kind of knife are you playing with? All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Oh, packaging's a little bit different this year. That's all right. That's fine. Vanessa Kitty, you grow in a greenhouse. That's cool. I'm a little bit jealous there. All right, so I got some broccoli sprouting seeds. Now, if you watched one of my recent videos, I've gotten into sprouting this year. Now, this is kind of a cool thing too. So if you live in an area where maybe you don't have good sunlight, or you live in an area where you don't have a garden, like you're an apartment dweller or whatever, you can still grow fresh food with sprouting. And I did a video on it recently. Go ahead and check that out. You can look for Prepping with Sarge sprouting, and that should come up. So I got that one. And another one of those. All right. Most of my nights have been in the $20 range, including my S&W Smith & Wesson Border Guard. Nice. And Vanessa Kitty's got the Monologue 761 by Benchmade. Nice. All decibel by growing tomatoes, peppers, onions, garlic. Fortunately, many of my perennial trees are established. Oh, that's awesome, Her Healthy Home. That's really good. Alabama Farm Life, you've got some tomatoes started in your greenhouse. Great job. Cabbage and broccoli for an early crop. Awesome. Awesome. Y'all are doing great. All right, Greenpeace Shoots. This is a little bit different than sprouting. So this is more microgreens, so you can grow this in a tray indoors. This is another option for those of you who can only grow indoors or in small spaces, okay? So I just was going to experiment with that a little bit. And I got another one of those. All right, now a couple more interesting things here. So hyssop is a perennial medicinal plant, and maybe I'll do another video just about hyssop down the road. But hyssop is sometimes used for cold and cough or flu season, things like that. I thought with everything that's been going around, that ought to be a good one to try. Never had success with it before. We're going to try again. Okay, so you should soak your peas. We plant tomatoes and peppers inside by end of February. Good choice, Vanessa Kitty. Growing season is sort of short. Okay. Hey, Miss T with the T. It's good to see you. All right, so I got two of those hyssops. There's my Ancho Poblanos. I always restock that every year. One of my favorite peppers. One of my favorite peppers. So if you like heat, right? This has got a little bit of heat. If you don't like heat, this has got a little bit of heat. Not a lot. Not a lot. It's got a smoky heat. Where can you get hyssop from? So this is so other than Pinetree Garden Seeds, I don't know what other companies are carrying that, but I know for sure that they have it right now. The it's got a and the walls of the pepper, right? Like the skin of the pepper is real thick on the Ancho Poblano, so it's good for doing like stuffed peppers on the grill and things like that. Really good in eggs. Really, really good with steak. All right. Chrome Dome, thank you for popping in. I really appreciate that. How are you doing? All right, and then I added some jalapenos this year. Um, I've grown jalapenos in the past. Love jalapenos, especially with some cheese, especially with a little bit. I use turkey bacon. You can use regular bacon. That's completely up to you. Uh, I'm probably this year. I'm probably going to grow these two together. So what does that mean? If you think back to what I was saying before, we're gonna get a cross pollination. So if I save the seeds from my peppers this year, it is not going to be consistent. Does that mean that you shouldn't plant them? Well, that's up to you. You can experiment with it. Um, hey Ken, it's good to see you. Appreciate you checking in. Thank you for popping in all the way from Japan. And so you can experiment, and I have experimented with different things. A few years ago, I crossed some different types of marigolds, and I was trying to create spiral marigolds with more orange than yellow. And I had some luck, but it's a lot of experimentation with it. So they didn't turn out as consistent as I wanted. What ended up happening is one of the genetic traits that got passed along there. Yeah, if you guys are checking in right now, there's a coupon. I'm sorry. Thank you, Her Healthy Home, for pointing that out. If you're checking in right now, www.superseeds.com and coupon Sarge10, you will get 10% off your orders of $20 or more. Thank you so much. I have the best mods, don't I? Y'all, I got the best mods. Um, all right, so to go back to that situation, the marigolds that I crossed, what ended up happening, crossbreed with cactus and make new hybrids. There you go. Um, yeah, Ancho Poblanos are amazing. The, the marigolds that I crossed, the genetic trait that came out the most, unfortunately, was leafy growth. So I got way more leafy growth than flowers. But you know what? It was fun. It was fun to experiment with it. So don't be afraid to play around with it. You know, gardening should be fun. You don't always have to play by the rules. Go out, draw outside the lines sometimes. All right, what's the last one here? Oh yeah. I forgot I had ordered these. These are real good. I've grown these before, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen some pictures of these. Hey Steve, so good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Happy Friday. Um, these are the little red ones, and they're sweet. Oh, we had something retracted there. Is that a bot? Thank you, Bacon, for taking care of that, whatever that was. Appreciate it. Um, these are good. These are good. And these ones I ended up for all summer long. And actually, I was still getting these up until, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I have the best moderators. Thank you so much. These ones are really good for. I just was just bringing these to lunch, and I was eating them with my sandwich or whatever I brought in for the day. Not cooking them or anything, just like snacking on them. So these are good. I recommend these. If they still have these, in fact, if Pinetree Garden Seeds still has these on the website, go ahead and put that in your basket. You won't be disappointed, I promise. And they're heirloom. All right. All right. That's it about the that's it with the seeds for today. All right. So I wanted to give you, before we wind down here, like I told you, this is going to be a short one. Before I wind down here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some stuff that's going on for my channel this month. And if you guys have, and you ladies have anything that you want to promote in the chat, go ahead and drop your links, or tell me what you've got coming out this weekend. I encourage everyone in the audience to get to know each other. One of the things when I built this channel was very important to me to try to build a network. And when I reached out to a lot of you have been here with me since I was, like 100 subscribers, right? And when I reached out to you and introduced myself, I told you I wanted to build a network. Okay, so help each other out. Check out each other's channels. Everybody here creates good content. Okay, everybody here creates good content. All right, so you can talk about that while I'm telling you about this next part. So this month is going to be a little bit whack for me. I've got a couple things going on. I've got a family event going on. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but I've got a family event going on that is going to take up a lot of my time for the next week. And I've got my work is sending me to a training for therapy for what's called EMDR therapy. So if you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain it real quick. EMDR therapy is a type of trauma training where you are helping the person, the trauma survivor, to access their memories by. I can't get into the details of it too much, but you're basically there's some techniques that we do that help them access parts of the memories that are kind of maybe cloudy. A lot of times it's been distorted, right, by thoughts that we create with traumas. So a very common one that people sometimes have when they have a trauma is like a common distortion would be, if I only had done XYZ, if I had gotten there a little bit sooner, this wouldn't have happened, right? And these are cognitive distortions. That's what we call them in my field. And those cognitive distortions tend to cause a lot of the symptoms that trauma survivors have, right? Like nightmares and flashbacks and things like that. I'm giving you the Reader's Digest version of this. So I'm going to a new training. Now I have trauma training for trauma-focused CBT and trauma-informed CBT, but this is EMDR. It's a new training for me. It's very, very intense. We become useless when you don't want to learn. Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually, it's required in my field. Aloha. Thank you so much, Uncle. It's good to see you. I appreciate you. We're required to actually get, I think it's over 30 hours or 40 hours every 2 years of training. And so I'm excited about this. It's a very expensive training. I wouldn't be able to do this if my work wasn't paying for it. I just wouldn't. It's out of my budget. And I've wanted to do this for a few years. So I'm very, very grateful that my work is sending me to do this. And a lot of people are going to get the benefit of this. I can't tell you how many people I work with on any given year. I can tell you that over the course of my career as a therapist, I've helped more than 1,000 people for sure. I tried to guesstimate it a couple of years ago, and I know that it's over 1,000. I don't have the exact count. So a lot of people will benefit from this. My work certainly will benefit from this, but I will benefit from it too, because it basically is going to skill me up. But what does that mean for the channel? Well, it means that that week, because it's a pretty intensive program, memory recall post-head injuries with that technique. I am not sure. If you check back with me in March after I complete the training, I might be able to answer that a little bit better. Steak has been out of my budget lately too, Man Against the Masses. I completely understand that. But Triad, I might be able to answer that more in March after I'm done. So this training, I looked at the manual and the required reading, and like just the first part of it was this thick. So I'm gonna be tied up for a little while, not literally. I'm gonna be tied up for a little while, and I'm gonna have some homework. I'm gonna have a lot of reading to do, and a lot of training to do this month. So what have I done? So I've recorded a bunch of shorts in advance. Now it's not going to be the long form content. I apologize. Just didn't get a chance to get ahead of it, but I've got a bunch of shorts that are going to be coming out. So there is content that's going to trickle out all throughout the month. I probably am not going to be able to go live again until near the end of the month, I think. So we're looking at like whatever that last Friday of the month is. I think I might be able to go to live then. If not, then definitely the week after that. Okay. So I will be checking in on comments. I will be trying to catch you all's streams and videos as best as I can. But just know that like my time is going to be crazy this month. I apologize if it seems like I'm getting out of touch for a few weeks. I am not. I promise you that Sarge will be back and better than ever. All right, and I will definitely be staying in touch with all of you. So I think that's it. I think that's it for today. I appreciate you all for coming in. Again, if you have any questions about the garden seeds, or if you're watching this on the recap, if you have any questions about garden seeds, by all means, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. Appreciate that. Thank you. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to give me a thumbs up, everybody. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you join the community. I really try to get to know everybody that watches my channel. So if you leave a comment, I promise that I will get back to you, and I will, if you've got a channel, I usually go and check out your channel as well. So everybody have a great weekend. Make sure you check out Bacon's live stream later on tonight. Peach loaves and growing traditions on packaging. No, they are not. They're not. But I think. Oh, actually, planting temperatures are on there. Planting temperatures are on there. But if you go on their website, I know for sure that like if you looked up that one, it's going to tell you a little bit about the growing zones and things like that. Okay. I'm glad you caught my live too, Alabama Farm Life. All right, so I think that's it. Yep, if you're watching this later on, thank you again. Appreciate you. Everybody have a great weekend. Check out Bacon's live stream later on tonight. He usually is it 10 o'clock, Bacon, that you go live? 10 p.m.? Oh, yeah, I think that's my time. What is it on Pacific time? Let's give it to him on Pacific time. So it's late here. It's not late for him. And please check out each other's channels. Remember, hug your loved ones, love your loved ones. Call your mom. If you're lucky enough to still have your mom. I don't have mine. She passed away. She's in heaven. But if your mom's still alive, you call your mom. If your dad's still alive, you call your dad. If you've got anger at somebody, try to give them some grace or forgiveness if you can. Okay. But most of all, remember to love yourself. All right, it's going to be a little bit until I get to talk to you again live, everybody. I really, really appreciate you. I can't emphasize that enough. This channel means so much to me. My community means even more, okay? Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.